Within Europe we have 25 million SMEs. If every SME would take one employee, we wouldn't have any problem anymore.
I'm a growth entrepreneur, and also a business angel, have been since the late 90s. My entrepreneurial career has sometimes been successful and sometimes certainly not. Part of high risk, high reward, building up the startup is definitely that sometimes you fail, things don't succeed always, and once they do, it's certainly worth it. It's been about roughly 10 companies throughout the years that I've founded or co-founded, and some of them have been around this vague vision and vague idea of becoming something greater later. I think the EU has been the most successful when they approach this topic from a public-private partnership. I don't really believe that strongly on the public side alone, like pouring public money to the market with no private motivation attached to it.
Access to financing has been a major problem for the economy and especially for SMEs over the past years due to the economic crisis. But we have managed to come quite a long way and have improved that, not least through the European Fund for Strategic Investment, the Juncker Investment Plan, which out of its 315 billion euros allocates 75 billion euros only for SMEs.
I think that the plans of the Commission are targeted mainly towards the larger end of businesses, but looking at from a growth entrepreneur startup perspective, there's not that much in there that would help the very kind of small inception moment when somebody decides to create something new. The top 3 recommendations, I think they start with cutting down red tape and bureaucracy. Taxation is a big one, that so much can be done with taxation on the incentives of people, how they behave and how they naturally get motivated of a certain kind of positive behavior. And thirdly, I would say that the public sector has a big role in working together with academic institutions and working with research and R&D efforts. And that's one area where you definitely can have breakthroughs and can have growth. It should not be about extensively business planning years of your future and committing that plan for approval and then finally getting funding. That we need a more creative, more free, more uncommissioned structure around that. There's so much more value in defining problems, figuring out what is the correct problem to solve than there is in producing the solutions themselves. And that would be an advice to European educational institutions. Whoever defines a problem kind of ends up owning the business of solving that problem. I stopped writing business plans to apply for funding in 2007. It's definitely shifted onwards from the traditional paradigm of using extensive business planning into being more about the people, what they believe in and what they have the competence to execute in, and investing in people.